Real people, real opinions, real talk radio. The multi-award-winning Niall Boylan Show.
Ireland's classic hits.
Because we're talking about this email we got in from a woman who was horrified because she was on a beach in Dublin and two women were walking around topless, or she says practically naked, because they had no tops on and they had very skimpy bottoms on. And she was disgusted because her two kids start sniggering and, oh, mommy, look at that. She kind of covered their eyes and brushed them off. And she said it's horrible and disgusting and people should have more consideration for children and shouldn't be topless sunbathing on an Irish beach. Sean agrees and thinks it's not the right thing to do. You know, do it in your own privacy, of your own home, out your back garden, whatever, but not on a public beach, because even Sean thinks it's wrong, even though he says himself he doesn't mind boobs. You know what I mean? You kind of like boobs, don't you, Sean?
Absolutely, Niall.
Who doesn't?
I'm a boob man. I always was.
Yeah.
But when it comes to kids, you gotta take care of the kids.
But Sean, kids, a lot of them are breastfed when they're children, so they've seen boobs. It's not like there's some sort of surprise to them.
But that's what I'm saying, Niall. They seen boobs when they were babies. They don't. Like I said, Niall, and I did make a point that, it's a thing. They don't remember. It's they were kids when they done that. 12 months old. They don't. And I said that. And my partner would never walk around naked in front of my kids.
Have they never seen her walking out of the shower? Or?
No,
never.
No.
Okay. Even when they were young, like she would have always made sure they were not around if she happened to be naked.
No.
I think most mothers, particularly mothers, it's a little bit different, I think, with fathers, but particularly mothers, they don't really care because the kid can owe them. Do you know what I mean?
But Niall, it was just, it's not much ask. It's not a big ask.
But why are we upset? But Sean, why are we so upset about it? I mean, what's wrong with the naked body? Why is it that there's something very dirty about the naked body? Are we, like, you don't see that in the Mediterranean. They're walking around in the nip in the Mediterranean all the time. Nobody cares.
Yeah, that's Mediterranean.
But so what's the difference? What's the difference in the Mediterranean?
The difference is because it's against the law and it's against the rules and regulations.
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing in Ireland. The law is a little bit shady around nudity in Ireland. There is no law in Ireland against being naked. None whatsoever. Can I just clarify this? So you can walk down the middle of the road tomorrow in the nude and it's not illegal. But here's the thing. It's called the laws of decency. If somebody reports you, then it becomes illegal. Do you understand?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I had to call the Gardaí to say, look, there's some woman walking down Skerry's Beach there now and
in the nip.
Are with me. Yeah, my kids are with me and I'm not happy with it. And I would have done it, Niall, if I had to come across that. Yeah, of course I would. I'm telling you now I would. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Let me just go to Breda. Pauline, I'll be with you in a second. Breda, how are you?
I'm grand, Niall. How are you?
Don't ever walk down Skerry's Beach topless or in the nude. Sean will report you.
Well, Jesus Christ, Sean, would you get a grip? Like,
no,
what is wrong with women showing off their boobs on the beach? Like, men show off their beer bellies, they show off their man boobs, and nobody
sees them. It's not the same. It's not the same.
It is the same. Oh my God!
It's not the same.
I still have to look at that awful wobbly second belly walking
What
down
makes you think you can walk down a beach with your tits out in front of kids?
You
should be ashamed of yourself.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Breda, do you ever go topless? Do you ever?
100%. There's nothing like it. It's the most freeing thing ever.
Liberating. It's very empowering.
Liberating.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of my body. I'm 63 years of age and I'm really proud of my body. And I'm not going to let any man shame me into thinking I have to put...
I'm not shaming anybody.
You are.
Hold on for a minute here. I'm not shaming nobody. But I can tell you this. I will tell you this.
For having my boobs out. You're shaming
I will. I'll call the guards for you. If you walk by me with my kids, I'll call the guards for you. I will do. Of course I will.
Stop. Well,
I won't stop.
You're giving your kids body shame because you're not allowing them to be free.
No, I'm not.
Of course you are. You are.
There's a time and place for that. And I'm sorry to tell you that. But there is a time and place for that.
And
And
where's
and-
the time and place first? Where's the time and place?
Whatever
In the shower?
whatever this nudist beach is in Donabase, I've never heard of it in my life, but go down there and do what you want.
There's one in Dalkey, and I think there's one in Wexford. There's a few nudist beaches around, Sean. When I say nudist beaches, there's times that are designated to being nude.
Well, go with it.
Like, I'm not showing off my fanny. I'm only showing off my boobs. So
Well, don't care. That's enough.
But
That's
what
enough.
is your problem? What is your problem with me having my boobs out? Like
I don't. I'm not just telling you already. As a man to a woman, I do not have a problem with you. If I was walking up that beach on my own with my dog or anybody else, older, obviously, for 18, I would not have a problem. But if
But your
my kids were with me,
Your kids would think nothing of it. They only think something of it because you're making a big deal out
I'm
of
not.
it.
I'm
Yes,
not
you
making
are.
a big deal.
Don't report me to get the guards. You're making a big
Oh,
deal.
and Breda, where would you do this topless sunbathing? Would you do it in Ireland, or do you only do it when you're abroad?
I have done it in Ireland if the weather is nice and whatever, but it's mostly been abroad because unfortunately we're so up our own tight bums that we can't have our boobs out because of people like him that you can only do it when you're away because he's reported to the guards. Did you ever hear anything like it?
Sean, how would you feel if you were, say, on a bus, right, or on a train, right, and a woman, would start breastfeeding her child, took her boob out to breastfeed her child? Would you have an issue with that?
Look, that's totally natural now.
Okay.
I'm
glad you said that.
That's totally natural. But walking down the beach, no, it's different, Lauren. It is different.
How is it different?
Of course it's different. That's a choice that you make. If you're going to breastfeed your child, that's something that you need to do. You want to walk down a beach, that's a totally different story.
But explain. You still haven't explained to me why it's so bad for your kids to see my boobs out on a beach.
Because they don't see their own mother's boobs walking around the house. Never mind yours down the beach. That's why.
Well, I mean, sorry, but that's okay. That's what you like to do in your own home. But don't inflict that on the rest of us that wouldn't do that in our own.
I will be.
Why?
I'll be inflicting it on everybody. Because I'll call the cops for you in 2 minutes flat. I will, yeah. I will.
Oh, hang on. Just hang on. Let me bring Pauline in. Sorry. Before things get out of hand here. Pauline.
I'll call up and stand outside your door for you.
Pauline. I mean,
Let
me go back to the original email. Well, Breda's part of this email now, essentially, so she doesn't mind doing it. So the two girls are naked. Well, when I say naked, she said they only have G-strings on them. And she had to hurry the kids off the beach because she thinks it's wrong. Now, she didn't call the police. Sean said he would.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know until I was listening to the course of your conversation whether it was legal or illegal, but my own personal opinion is it's immodest, and I think that in my opinion, women should behave in a modest fashion. That's just my opinion. I don't think that the lady who's on air now would walk into her local supermarket or post office topless. So maybe she feels...
If you give me enough money, I'd walk in topless tomorrow. It wouldn't cost me a thought.
Maybe she feels it.
I feel what?
Maybe she feels it's appropriate because it's a beach. But you were saying there are times allocated for people to do that, and I think that's fair if that's what they want to do. But it's not.
Well, listen, you know what? Let's get out the rosary beads and let's get out the holy water and let's go back to good old Catholic Ireland in the 1950s and 60s and shame us all into the way our poor parents had to be.
Are you saying you're Catholic?
Hang on, Sean. Hang on. Let Pauline respond to that. Sorry, Pauline. A lot of people are under that impression.
Lady.
Yeah.
I'm asking that lady since she brought up religion. Are you religious or Catholic?
I am a Catholic, yeah, but that doesn't mean I've any shame in getting my boobs out. No whatsoever.
Yeah, but you wouldn't go into church with them out, would you? Or the supermarket or the post office? Or to collect your children from school or your grandchildren. It's just not really an acceptable way to address yourself, really, in public. Maybe on a beach, on a private beach.
It's a beach. It's a public beach. Let's emphasize.
Yeah, but my point is, you wouldn't drive down the village like that, would you?
I might if I had. If I was incentivized to do it, I'm quite capable of doing anything. But what I'm saying is, it's a public beach, and if I want to get my boobs out on a public beach,
it is a public beach. You're right.
Yeah,
and it's for
but
us.
I have the right. But I have.
Now, hold on for a minute.
No, let me finish. I have the right to do whatever I want to do on a
You
public
don't.
beach.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Oh, I do.
No,
oh,
you
I
fucking
do.
don't. Sorry for
I do.
forcing, but no, you
It's not
don't.
about your rights. It's about respect.
No, you don't. How dare you even think that you have the right
And
to
it's
do
about
what you
your
do?
respect for other people. And particularly
No,
children.
you
You've
can't
enough
do
people.
that.
Well, hang on. With respect, she does have the right. And again, to clarify for people, the law is extremely sketchy because I was only reading it's the same law in the United Kingdom actually, because there was 20 men went cycling in a public park naked in London there last week, and nobody reported it. So the police said they've done nothing illegal because nobody reported it. So here's the thing: the law.
Here's the thing, though, right?
Yeah, you can walk down the street in the nude, right? Technically speaking and legally speaking, I'm not advised that you all start doing it. There's no law against it unless somebody reports you. Then it becomes the law of decency, right?
You know what, Brian? In America, you know where we were talking about it a few weeks ago, about legalising drugs, where they've legalised, I can't remember the name of the state or the city in America, where they've legalised drugs, they're all going around out of their heads.
But you can't compare taking drugs to having your boobs out.
Wait till I tell you what they're actually doing. They're actually masturbating on the street in front of children.
Bullshit.
Because it's so out
Now,
there.
hang on. With respect, Pauline, if somebody is masturbating in front of children, that's despicable.
Pauline, you're talking
Yeah.
to your...
On the streets in America.
Yeah,
because
well,
they're out there.
and by the way, Pauline, but hang on, Pauline, let's not confuse the topic tonight. If somebody is masturbating or having sex on the beach, that's a completely different situation. That's not what we're talking about. Sorry, go ahead, Breda. What are you trying to say, Breda? Go ahead.
Number one, I go to Toronto a lot, and it's legalised in Toronto, taking hash now and whatever. People are not going around out of their heads and doing all sorts of things.
They are in America.
They're not. I go to America all the time as well, and I go to...
Noel.
Like, oh my God, talk about...
In fairness, they have a big problem in San Francisco. That's why there was a book written about it called San Francisco. They have a big problem, but there's certain states are worse than others. And, you know, it's not the norm, Pauline, in states where they've legalised stuff that people are walking around out of their heads. People walk around out of their heads on the boardwalk in Dublin, for God's sake.
Yeah,
you know? Different topic. Pauline, different topic, another night.
Noel, can I say something?
Yeah, Sean, go ahead.
And I just wanted to say this, Noel, and it's back to the last caller there, that she said about the church and this, that. I haven't been. Probably the last 25 years, the only time I go to a church is when there's a wedding or a funeral. And I'm not a holy person by no means. So I don't know why she keeps bringing up the church and saying, oh, Jesus, we're back to the old ages. I'm not an old age person.
Because that's exactly the way you are. You're like somebody that comes from the 50s and 60s that goes, cover yourself up and have your skirt down around your ankles and don't show boobies and don't show whatever. I mean, get a grip. Have you a daughter? Because God help her when she decides she wants to get those boobies out when she's older with little tops and they're going off to a dance. What are you going to do then?
There's a place and a time everywhere.
No, but I was asking you a question.
There's a place. No, I'm going to say this to you. There's a place and time for everything. And as I said, and Noel even pointed it out, I didn't even notice there was nudist beaches even in Wexford and wherever around the country. I didn't even know that. Why can't you take the time out to drive a half an hour, as I said, up the road where nobody... Hold on for a minute, Ariana. Let's spade a spade. Go up the road and you can walk around and do what you like and you can get your whole bits out, every bit of it.
I don't want my whole
bits
bits out. I only want my boobs out.
Well, you won't be doing it in front of me and my kids. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that.
Well, all right. I get
Okay. Paul, let me hang on. Let me come back to Pauline. Leaving aside the drug issue, Pauline, and we can do that and talk about it another night. It's a completely separate topic.
I was really talking about nudity.
Yeah.
And that is what it has led to. And children are observing this. And it is happening in America.
Stop. Where in America?
So what were you going to ask me?
Where in America, Pauline? Where in America? Give me an exact location where in America that's happening.
I already said it. I will find out and I will mention it if I'm on again, but I can't remember.
Well, for the moment, let's stick to the nudity. Okay. You know, okay, so whatever, but I mean, I was talking last week about young people getting pissed out of their heads on beaches. I think we all have a situation and an objection to that because people should behave themselves. But, you know, in relation to nudity, Pauline, right? You know,
Yeah.
your breasts, your body is the most natural thing in the world. Women use them to feed children, for God's sake. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing shameful or dirty about it. And yeah, I agree. You know, Breda wouldn't walk into our local post office or collect the kids from the school topless because we all have that kind of level of decency, right? There's all, you know, there's a time and a place, as both of you rightly said, okay? So, you know, but I do believe the place is sometimes the beach on a warm day when people are relaxed. Sure, most people are walking around in little tiny shorts. You can see most of their body anyway.
Yeah, but that would be considered.
Let Pauline answer. Well, hang on, let Pauline answer that.
That would be, to me, considered. I would consider the beach on a sunny day when there are children there, maybe elderly people. I don't know. I would consider that also a public place. And as much as I wouldn't walk into the post office topless, I wouldn't go on the beach topless. However, if it was an allocated time, that's what he's asking me about. That's what he's asking me about.
That I want to go on
That's
the
what he's
beach.
asking me about.
And you're right, Polly, that is your prerogative. And Breda, you're right too. It is her prerogative, right? But
My prerogative.
yeah, but here's the thing, Pauline. Sean is saying if he seen Breda lying on the beach topless and he had his kids with him, he'd call the guards.
I don't know whether
Well,
it's
it's
possibility
John,
or why. I would leave.
John,
I would
may I-
leave.
You'd leave the beach, would you? All right, okay.
Yes, I would.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's your prerogative. But that's your prerogative too. So
I would feel embarrassed. Yeah.
Sean,
Tanya.
can I ask Sean a question?
yeah, go ahead.
About
Yeah.
keeping passes on my nipples, would that be all right, Sean? Would that keep you happy?
You see, no, you see, here's the thing, Paul, then. You see...
No, Breda is her name, Breda.
No,
Breda.
Breda. Thank you.
No,
Not
Breda.
You wouldn't catch Pauline with tassels on her nipples. We want.
So if I had little tassels on, would you consider that
How would
then?
you
That's
know?
not beautiful.
Sorry, Paul.
Jesus,
So, Sean, is it just the nipples that you have an issue with?
Yeah.
No,
like
I'll tell you what it is.
like the little tassels on.
what are you talking about? What are you
If I
absolutely
put
talking
little
about?
tassels over my nipples, I'm not naked.
You know what
basically.
freaks me out? You know what freaks me out? What you just said earlier on, that you walk
What?
around in your house naked and you've done it in front of your kids. That freaks
I
me
have.
out. That does.
Why?
That freaks me fucking out. It does. It does. I've never done it. I've never done it.
Well,
Why would you do that?
Because I don't want them to have any shame of their bodies when they grow up.
Now,
And
hold on for a minute. Can I say this to you, Pauline? What age is your kid when you were doing that?
I'm not Pauline. I'm Breda.
Read it.
I'm
What age was your
Breda.
kid when you were doing that?
My daughter is a grown woman now and very proud of her body because I never body
I've no
shamed
doubt
her.
about it. You are. What age was she when you started doing it?
I never covered myself from the time she was born.
No.
And would you allow her to walk around in front of your
Now,
husband like
here's
that?
the thing. You think that would be all right for me and my wife to do that in front of her kids? You got another thing going. Here, you will go get your head checked, please. Please do that. Because you know what? Honestly,
You need to
Would
listen
you allow
up
your
a
daughter
bit.
to? Would you allow your daughter
wrong,
to
Pauline.
walk around
Totally
in
wrong what
front
you're
of your
talking about
husband?
here.
I see. Okay, well, hang on. We've gone off on a bit of a tangent, but that reminds me of a story. Stacey Solomon, you know, the kind of actress stroke singer, Britain's Got Talent, whatever she is, presenter. She was branded a few years ago a child abuser for doing just that. She's a mother of two boys, Zachary and Leighton, 10 and 6 years of age at the time. And there was a picture of her children in the bath. And there was a whole idea, the 28-year-old said at the time, that if people choose to sexualise nudity, that's their own problem. And this idea that there's something wrong with nudity. And they talked about, you know, walking around in the nude, particularly women, in front of their children. It's less common for men to do it. For maybe some obvious reasons, I don't know. But here's the thing. You know, if a mother has a 3-year-old and she goes in to have a shower, locks the bedroom door, a 3-year-old is sitting on the bed, she gives him a game and says, "Yeah, she's on her own, play with that there, just go and have a quick shower," and then she walks out of the shower in the nude. What harm is it, Sean?
No, I'm not talking about two. This is what I'm saying, though.
No, answer that question. Answer that question. What harm is it?
Yeah, what harm is it?
Okay. Right, not at 2 years of age, not at 3 years of age, but leave it at that. I think the caption age for walking around in your nudity is 3 years of age at least, and leave it at that. There's no need for you to be walking around the house when your daughter is the age that she is, or whatever you want to do, look, listen, come here, that's all up to you.
She's
And I don't know
looking
why
at
you're laughing.
She has
Am I still on that?
Yeah, sorry, Pauline, you are still on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Can I just ask that lady, would she be okay, presumably during your 60s, you may have a daughter in her 30s. Is that okay for your daughter to walk around, let's say, in your private back garden in front of your husband's office?
In front of what?
In front of your husband, topless.
I don't have a husband, so we don't have that issue.
That proves the point.
Yeah. What proves the point?
That's what you
Would you condone that?
No, let's get to the bottom of this. What do you mean? What's on the... Well, hold on. What do you mean by that, Sean? That proves the point.
I'll tell you what, Noel.
What?
Yes, I will explain myself. You were against me. You were against me from the start. What I said about you, and I'm really reporting you, and it just feels like you're against the men all the time, and it's all about the women. And
listen, I love men. Oh my God, I love men. Love them.
You know,
I love you. But would you condone that?
Can you
Would you
not
actually condone
understand
that
where I'm coming
if you
from,
did
no?
have?
Well, let me tell
If
you
you did have
something.
a
Hang on. I can only hear one at a time. Sorry, Pauline. What are you trying to say to Breda?
Okay.
I'm
hang on.
asking her, if she did have a husband, would you condone your 30-year-old daughter walking around in the privacy of your back garden in front of your husband topless?
No, she fucking wouldn't. Not a hope.
No, I wouldn't. You're
Can you
right.
answer?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Right.
Well, no, hang on now, Breda, just for a second, right? That's a fair question, right? So your daughter's in her mid-20s, right?
Yeah.
And if you did have a partner, right, and you were sitting out the back garden on a Sunday afternoon having a glass of wine on a sunny day, and your daughter walked out, took her top off, and decided to lie down topless in the garden in front of you and your partner, would you not be impressed?
How do you mean impressed?
Like, would you tell her?
How do you condone it or you don't? You just said you don't.
No, I don't. Listen, if she.
Yeah, well, neither do
No, hang on. Will you let her answer the question, Pauline? Sorry, go ahead, Breda.
She said she doesn't.
If she's happy enough and comfortable enough to do that in front of her father, I don't have a problem with that. None whatsoever. Why,
She changed her mind.
Her father would not body shame her, so why should I body shame her?
You don't have a husband, but you've already said you would condone it. Now you're changing your mind.
I'm not. I didn't say, I never said I'd condone it. I said I would have no problem if her father happened to be there. She wouldn't do it in front of her dad.
Well, I can assure
Loyal.
you, my father had 6 daughters, and he wouldn't condone it in any situation, under any circumstances. And for the majority, can I say for those
from a different era?
No, it came from a self-respecting era.
We are in the
the other
21st
point-
century now. We're not
Yeah,
in
the
the
other
housewives with the aprons on, and yes
Oh.
or no, sir, 3 bags full, sir, and okay, I'll cover myself
Hang on,
up,
Sean.
sir.
Okay, well, Sean, hang on. Hold your thoughts, Sean. I have to go into a break. So I'll get Jane to ring you back, both Breda and Sean. I'll get them to ring you back in a second, all right? Very interesting conversation. There you go. I didn't think it'd go that far. Anyway, will we just take a couple more on this, yeah? Okay. Yeah, and it did remind me of that story with Stacey Solomon when she was berated, by the way, and branded a child abuser when she shared a photo of her children in the bath on social media. And then there was that whole thing. Do you remember David Beckham kissed his daughter on the lips? I think the problem is that's just people with the wrong type of minds, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong in saying that. It's the way you look at things, isn't it? Like if Breda walked past me topless on a beach, like it wouldn't cost me a second thought. I don't think I wouldn't even look like it. Just, so what, like? You know, it wouldn't just cost me a thought whatsoever. Anyway, will I go to a quick break? Have I to go to a break? No, okay. I have to go to Mairead, have I? Okay, sorry. Mairead, hi.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm good, Mairead. I mean, what do you think of what Breda's saying and what Sean is saying? Sean would report her to the police.
Oh, I think Sean should go back into his cave where he came out of.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
That's where I think he should go, and Pauline with him. Maybe the two of you should join up together.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, are you there, Sean? Now, going back to Mairead. Sorry, Mairead, I'll get Sean back in a second for you to talk to him as well, because I know you're quite anxious to
Okay,
speak to him.
friend.
Yeah. So, do you have an issue? Would you go topless?
Of course I would. No problem.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with it. It's completely natural. Sean and that other one, Pauline, should be together, for sure. They'd be a lovely couple.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, they would be a lovely couple. Well, maybe they would, but maybe not. I don't know. Sean, are you back?
I'm back, Noel. How are you?
Yeah. Mairead said she's quite happy to go around topless as well.
I'm sure she is, Noel, but I think everybody is missing the point here, Noel. Look, it's not about religion. It's not about I don't like boobs. It's not about anything like that, Noel. The fact of the matter is, I'm bringing my kids to a public beach. They want to enjoy themselves. So do I. So does my missus. I do not want to see Pauline or anybody else with their boobs out. I don't.
I bet you'd be going topless, though, would you?
Sorry,
Huh?
sir. Oh, sorry.
I bet you'd go topless. I bet you'd be going topless on the beach, though. No problem.
Who?
You, Sean, you.
No, we don't go to. I always wore the t-shirts. I don't like the sun, to be honest.
Maybe you're better. Maybe the society and the whole place would be better off you wearing one. Maybe that might be it.
No. It's a totally different story. You see, male is different to female. You're getting your tits out.
What's the difference? What's the
You're
difference?
getting your tits out. That's it. That's the difference.
So what? So what? It's your problem. It's your problem, not our problem. You're the one that has the problem about it. Nobody else, only you.
No. You're not listening to the show, no? You're not listening to the show.
Listening. I have been listening to you. You should be actually in a You should be in a cave. That's where you should be.
Problem. Did I ever have a problem with women? Ever? I'm a man. I'm not to tell you this. I love women's bits. But the fact of the matter is, when I have my kids with me, it's a different story. Please listen to
I really feel so sorry for your family. Do you know that? And your children.
Do you?
You know that?
And why is that?
Yeah, I do.
Why is that?
I do, because you're just giving them a negative thing about bodies. That's what you're doing.
And why is that?
So what? It's normal. Everybody has boobs.
In fairness, it is a bit negative, Sean, isn't it?
It is very negative.
Yeah.
He should be in a cave. That's where he should be.
Yeah, because if you're teaching your kids that kind of attitude towards nudity, it's not good for them growing up.
No. Hold on for a second, boy. Don't start slating me for being a good parent.
No. I'm not. Hold on. I'm not saying you're a bad parent. I'm just saying I don't believe that's the right way to teach children about nudity. That's like some people did in the 50s. You know what I mean?
He's putting it as sexual. He's making a sexual thing about the whole thing. You know, that's what he's doing. Just because you think it's sexual. That's why you don't want women's boobs out in front of you, in case you maybe probably get aroused or something. Maybe that could be it.
Hold on. Am I not getting through to you? My kids don't want to see your tits on the beach. How fucking hard is that?
That is just, how do you know they don't want to see tits on the beach? You're the one that's stopping them.
The fact of the matter is that we're talking about this tonight. We are having this conversation. And
yeah, well, you know what? You need to go and get a reality check, darling. That's what you need to do.
You need to go.
No, I don't. I absolutely don't.
If you walk by me, I will fucking call the guards.
Of course, I'm sure the guards. You know what? The guards will be fucking delighted to see my kids.
I can just hear that conversation. Hello, Swords Guard Station, and Sean. There's a woman topless on the beach. I want to come down here and arrest her. I know what they tell you, Sean. I know what they tell you to do.
Will they? Yeah.
The guards are not going to come down to Dollymount Beach and arrest some woman for being topless. Could you imagine? That'll be all over the front of the papers. The guards would never do that.
So you're telling me, Noel, if I have 2 kids with me and I call it into the cops that I have 2 kids with me, there's 2 women here.
They wouldn't give a flip about that. It's a beach. It's a beach. You can be topless. You know?
It isn't decent. It is. Of course it is. It is.
Now, don't get me wrong. If they were doing something, or they were up to something, or they were having sex or something, or people were having, then I understand why you'd be upset. But it's just nudity.
It's not illegal to be topless on a beach in Ireland. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is if he reports it.
If he reports it, it's illegal, Mairead.
No. No. If you report it, that's your problem. It's not illegal. It's actually not.
No, the law states that nudity is not illegal in itself, but if somebody reports it, then it then becomes indecent exposure.
Yes, no, I don't actually. I'm not sure about that now either. I think, let's say you're on the beach and you're in
you're
topless.
You won't be doing it in front of me and my kids. End of. Okay? Get that in your head.
No, it's not.
Okay?
No, you're not going to win it. I'm telling you that much.
You will not be doing what you want to do in front of my kids. No woman.
Okay, see, so the law states it's not illegal to be nude on a beach or topless on a beach for that matter. But under Section 18 of the Criminal Law Amendment Act 1990, any person who commits in public an act in such a way as to offend modesty or cause scandal or injure the morals of the community shall be guilty. Now, so in other words...
That's old though.
Sean, I know, but Sean would be, his modesty would be offended and his morals would be injured.
Yeah, you really feel bad for him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. Stay there for a second. Let me bring Ciara in as well. Ciara, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thanks.
Yeah, good. Would you go topless on a beach?
Personally, no.
Okay.
But I wouldn't have an issue with someone else being topless on a beach.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be like Sean, like.
No, but it's a cultural issue. I work quite a lot in Sweden, and we have business meetings in a sauna naked.
You've business meetings in the sauna naked?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting business meetings.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's very much the norm. Every family will have a sauna. If you live in an apartment block, there will be a sauna, and it is considered to be terribly impolite to wear clothes into a sauna. And families will have saunas together, and nudity is really normal and not sexualized. So it's very much a cultural thing.
So Sean is Sean is sexualizing this topic, really, isn't he?
Yeah, he is totally. Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between nudity and sexualized nudity. Like, I go to my holidays in the Canaries, and there's plenty of women topless on the beach, and nobody bats an eyelid.
Yeah. Why? By the way, what is that? That's a
there,
cultural thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's the cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing. We were historically a very Catholic society where you were raised to be ashamed of your body, and I'm sure Sean feels he's protecting his family because he doesn't want them to be exposed to that. But it doesn't mean necessarily that it's wrong. It's just a cultural difference, and the places, Ireland is developing now, and people have a healthier attitude towards their bodies. But I can understand Sean's point of view where he feels so strongly.
I don't understand. I don't understand ringing the police. In fairness,
it'd be funny. But I can understand why it's his personal opinion, and he doesn't want to just expose to it.
We're living that she gets into a sauna with and she said it's okay for even a family.
Yeah, it'd be
yes, family. Yes, absolutely. I thought it was a bit strange, personally. Yeah, I thought it was strange, but it's very normal for them, and it's what they do.
And where's this?
Northern Europe, so Sweden, Finland.
They've no hang-ups about nudity. They don't.
Sean wants to go to Sweden now. He's mad to go.
Here's the thing.
You can see that.
Here's the thing. You see, this is getting freakier by the minute that this radio show is going on. You're actually telling me that it's quite okay
for families to be having a sauna together in the nude. Yeah,
yes,
that's what she said.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Oh my God! And then you're flagging me. Here, lad.
Well, hold on. Hang on. Well, I spoke to a family last year of naturists, right? And they had 4 kids, I think. There was a man and a woman. And they have 4 kids. And they walk around their house all day in the nude. All the family.
Because it's the norm for them.
No, it's not the fucking
norm. It's the norm for Northern Europeans.
Sean, stop with the language.
It's not you, Sean, but it's for everybody.
It's not the norm. It isn't. This is not normal, guys. And if you think you can walk down scary beaches, it's not normal.
The norm and normal are 2 different things. So the norm is where it's a common.
You know what?
But Sean, you see, what you're doing is you're confusing, and Ciara's right, you're confusing nudity with sexuality. Nobody's having sex, nobody's doing anything, sexual, and you have to be able to separate the two.
But Niall, here's the gas part about it. I said it to you, and I'm not saying it to your callers. I don't have a problem with it. If I was walking down the beach and I seen 2 women with their tits out, I'd be like, oh my God, look at that. That is beautiful. Niall, I'm walking down the beach with my 2 kids. It's different. It's different, Noel.
But you don't need to protect you. But Sean, you don't need to protect your children from seeing boobs. You don't need to do that. You're overprotecting them.
You have to, yeah.
I'm not, mate. I'm not, no. It is no, guys. You can tell me what you think.
It's a kind of psychological thing, Sean. For example, when you see a woman breastfeeding, you don't get excited and go, oh, jeez, look at them. Right? But yet when you see a woman topless, say, I don't know, on a beach or whatever it is, you kind of go, oh, well, they look good. So do you understand what I'm saying? So you can manage to separate that in your mind. So why can't you separate the sexuality of nudity and just the natural naked body?
When my kids, if they were seeing what they're seeing on a beach, which they shouldn't be seeing, they shouldn't be doing it, Noel. They shouldn't be seeing that. Look,
but look, women are wearing little bikinis anyway. You can practically see everything. The only difference is you can see a nipple. What's the problem with it?
Noel.
And boys have nipples too.
Yeah.
But lads, hold on for a minute. No. You
really got them going now.
And, look, let's call it spade a spade. That's what I call you. And I did say this earlier on. I do not have a problem with me walking down the beach. But when I'm with my kids, I want a bit of privacy, and I want them to have a bit of privacy. And the mother doesn't go around.
It's a public beach. They're entitled to walk down if they want to.
I'm not telling you already.
They are actually. They are.
I told you already. If you try it in front of my kids,
you know what? Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be the next hot day? I'll try it and see. Will you call the girls? Where are you going to be?
I'd love to be there with a camera and a microphone.
That's my local beach.
See when the guards arrive.
The guards will be up there very fast. Have a good look.
Could you imagine, Mairead, the guards grabbing you under Section 18 of the Criminal Law Amendment Act 1990? I'm arresting you, Mairead, for offending and causing injury to the morals of Sean and his family.
Poor Sean. Oh yeah.
Cover yourself up. Hand up.
If you cover myself up.
If you were on holidays in somewhere like Spain or the Canaries, Sean.
No, not in the Canaries. You're in Ireland.
No, I'm just asking the question.
Let her ask it. Let her ask you the question. Go on, Ciara.
Thank you. If you were on holidays abroad where it was very acceptable for a woman to be topless on the beach, would you stop your children going to the beach?
Put it this way: I've never been in a beach in the Canaries that people are topless. I've been at pool parties. We've been at resorts. I've never, ever been at a beach that my kids would see women topless.
I don't know what beaches you've been to, but I've been to the Mediterranean many times, and all the time you see people topless. All the time.
As I said, we would stay in the resorts. We don't go...
Strange resorts you're staying in.
Well, it's the greatest resort ever. That they're covering themselves up, Noel, to be honest.
Okay, hang on. Let me just bring somebody else into this as well. Hang on. John, how are you?
Good evening, Niall. How are you?
Good.
My opinion about it, it's not as if they're walking on Patrick Street balls naked, is it?
No, they're not walking up Patrick Street in Cork naked, no.
So, if it's in private and whatnot, or if it's on the beach, like a naturist beach, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, after all...
Have you ever done it yourself? Have you ever gone nude on the beach yourself?
No, you don't want to see me naked, trust me.
Well, yeah, some people might, you know what I mean? I don't know.
But I mean, if that's the case, all right, if people don't like people being naked, then don't look at all these Zoo magazines, and over the years, there were people watching Page 3, weren't there?
Yeah. Do you remember Page 3 used to be popular, but that was, I suppose they banned that for different reasons, for objectification.
Well, I mean, you see, it's I would have an issue, if they were, and I know this sounds a bit stupid, if they were walking on the street, and there was a nudist thing, then I would have a problem with it then, because you're doing it in front of children. But if you're in a nudist beach...
Yeah, but what happens if you're not on a nudist beach? You're just on an ordinary, average public beach, and somebody walked down the beach.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, how would you feel about that? Somebody walked in.
I wouldn't have a problem with it, because look, it's done around the world, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a beach.
Look, exactly.
It's a kind of psychological thing. You see, when we come back to Ciara on this, Ciara, I'm listening. Well, hang on, John. Ciara, I'm listening to these lads, right? And there's a kind of psychological thing here, isn't there? And I remember saying to this woman on the air one night, I said, would you walk down Grafton Street in a bikini if I gave you 10 grand in the middle of the summer? And she said, of course I would. I said, would you walk down Grafton Street in your underwear if I gave you 10 grand? She said, no, I wouldn't. And I said, what's the difference? Only difference is the colour and the type of material. It's a kind of psychological thing people have in their heads about nudity.
Well, I think people even where beaches, people kind of say it's an acceptable environment. So it's the environment you're in. You're not going to go to a shop topless. But they're just breasts. Half the world have them.
Yeah. Actually, more than half, slightly more than half. Women dominate men by 1% now. It's 51% with female in the world. You have always dominated us. Maureen, you've heard Ciara there. It's the most natural thing in the world. Get over it.
But nobody wants...
Hang on, John. Hang on, John and Sean. Hang on. Sorry, Maureen, go ahead.
No, it's okay. No, I was listening there. And I was going to feel sorry for Sean, actually. Because he's getting an awful doing. Because, like me, I wouldn't want my grandchildren seeing it either, Niall.
Would you not?
Because for me, and no, I wouldn't. And I'll tell you why. Suppose I'm taking my grandchildren to the beach. I just don't want them seeing this. We're seeing enough of what's going on in this world already.
A bit of nudity, Maureen.
No, but it doesn't matter. I call it having respect for oneself. And I certainly wouldn't do it. And I would not want my grandchildren seeing it either. It's as simple as that.
Well,
and you're saying about women going... same as I wouldn't want to see a man naked. I mean, if you want to go topless and you want to be in the nude, well then go to a nudist beach and fire away. But leave the rest of us alone. That's the way I look at it.
That's a girl talking sense. Well done.
That's because she agrees with you.
I do agree with
Maureen,
you.
hang on. Maureen, I'm surprised at you. I mean, you're a free liver, you know what I mean? And I don't know, maybe when you were younger, I'm not suggesting you're old, by the way. But maybe when you're younger, you were on the Mediterranean, you might have wanted to go topless, but maybe you were a little bit embarrassed to do it.
No, Niall, I wouldn't.
No?
And I wouldn't.
No?
No, I respect for myself. I wouldn't do it. And that's the God's honest
So
truth.
people who go topless have no respect for themselves?
I don't think so. No. It's called self-respect. And that's what people need to start having more respect for themselves.
They don't care, Noel, about everybody else thinks either, and that's what pisses me off more. And they don't care about my kids think either.
Well, then, Ciara, take it on board. There's a kind of 50-50 split in this, I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised, Ciara. Taking on board what Maureen and Sean are saying, that, it's about having respect for other people with that opinion. Is that fair, even?
I have to say, personally, I wouldn't go topless, but that's my personal choice.
Yes.
It wouldn't bother me for somebody else to be topless. If you had children there, I don't think that's the question. I think the only thing is it's such a shame for people to be ashamed of their bodies. And
it's not about their bodies. It's not about anybody's bodies. It's about respect for people and their kids. It's about respect for their kids.
Well, no, that's the point Ciara's making. It's this idea of putting shame on the human body, on the naked body.
Hang
on. Sorry, Maureen, go ahead. Yeah, Maureen, go ahead.
No, that's not the point. I agree with Sean there. It's not the point. The point is, can we not teach our children and our grandchildren to have some respect for themselves? There's a time and there's a place, and there's places if they want to go and do it. But there are many people out there, like me and Sean and a lot of other people, who just want to have a nice day out, but having to look at nudity on top of it, and the children. And that's my opinion. Can we not start teaching our children to have respect?
That's it.
For themselves.
My opinion. And Noel, that's all I wanted to get across. She just put it in a nutshell right there. Love it.
I'm going to say, I am Ciara, particularly. I am shocked. I've been talking about this now for 45 minutes, nearly an hour, right? And it all started off with an email from a mother who said she wasn't happy meeting or seeing somebody topless on the beach. And I'm just shocked at Ireland. We're supposed to be progressive and we're supposed to have moved on and all that. And, don't get me wrong, Maureen knows I'm a bit of a conservative, and when it comes to certain family values. Yeah. But in saying that, I have no issue with nudity at all. No, I've no hang-ups about nudity. None whatsoever. That's like... I remember before my mother died, We had great conversations for about 2 or 3 days in the hospital. We were chatting away. And she told me that my father, in 57 years of marriage, had never seen her naked. Never seen her naked. That she would go to bed, she'd put on her little nightgown, jump into the bed, turn off the lights, then he'd come up and get undressed in the dark. And even though they managed to have children, they never seen each other naked. And I find that bizarre. And she was talking about the world that we live in. And that, Maureen, that world is gone. Now, we can still, but hang on, Maureen. No, Maureen, we can still be conservative. We can still have values, but there's nothing wrong with the human body. Nothing.
There's not. I agree, Niall. I agree. There's nothing wrong with the human body.
It's not dirty. It's not horrible. It's not sexual unless you want it to be sexual.
But there's a time and a place for everything. And in public and on a beach is not
there is
the place.
You're right.
Unless you're going to a naturist beach.
Absolutely. There's a time and a place. You don't walk into the supermarket topless. I get you. There's a time and a place.
If you can do it on the beach, Niall, why aren't they carrying on going into supermarkets and going everywhere else? There's still a lot of people around.
Because there's hang on. There's an acceptable time and place for things.
Yeah, but the beach
that's just
exhibiting themselves.
Sorry, Ciara. Hang on.
I don't think it's about exhibiting themselves. I think it's more about enjoying the freedom of not having to cover up. But I understand Sean and Maureen's point. I understand, for them this is an issue. It's just that it's kind of sad that it is, that we're still in a world where there's a degree of shame in the human body, and that is a pity.
No, fucking no.
Oh,
there's no shame.
Stop using the language on. But
sorry, Niall.
It's okay.
But here's the thing, Niall. Do you know what, Niall? What you just said there.
Yeah.
Freak me out. And I'm sorry to hear what your mum and your dad, look.
No, I'm not sorry to hear it. That's just the way the world was. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But this is not the way the world is now, Niall. As far as I'm concerned, Niall, and I mean this from the top of my heart, my woman, I love her to bits, she gets her tits out from me, Niall, in the bedroom. Not the fucking beach, Niall. Not the beach. And not for any kid or anybody else to see.
Well, maybe she gets them out for herself every now and again too, by the way,
Obviously so.
Yeah, not just for you. They're not there for your entertainment.
But they are, in realistic terms.
No, they're not actually. That's not why women have breasts, by the way, Sean. Women have breasts so they can feed children. Actually, that's the main purpose.
You get where I'm coming from, Niall. It's in the bedroom.
The only purpose.
It's not the beach. It's not. It's in
the
bedroom.
Okay. Well, hang on. I want to bring Billy in. Sorry, Billy. Go ahead.
Niall, how are you keeping?
I'm grand.
Free the nipple, Niall.
Free the hashtag. Free the nipple.
Let it out.
Let it go. Yeah. You've heard Maureen and Sean. I respect their view, by the way. I don't agree with it.
Oh, yeah, they're allowed to have their view now. That's the joy of freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And, if people want to take their top off on the beach, it's freedom of expression. Let them away with it.
Yeah.
They're not hurting anyone.
No.
Everyone has nipples. Men have breasts as well.
Yeah.
Different type. We're all the same.
Yeah.
And I've seen plenty of what I would only describe as beached whales of men walking down streets without tops on.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah. I find that disturbing, by the way, in the middle of town when I see young folks walking around.
It happens when the thermometer goes over 21 degrees, Niall. The tops come off.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
I'm sorry, but it's skin is skin. At the end of the day, skin is skin.
No, it's not. Don't be an idiot.
It's the nipple. It's the nipple, Billy, that gets him.
It's the nipple.
Don't be an idiot.
I'm not being an idiot. Jesus, look in the mirror, buddy. I've been listening to you for the last 45 minutes.
Have you not listened to what was said tonight? It's a different story with a woman.
I've heard everything that you've said, my friend. And
a man taking his top off is a totally different kettle of fish. Come on now.
It's a different kettle of fish because in your mind you're sexualizing it. If you don't see a difference between a man and a woman,
I'm protecting my kids from what they don't want.
You're protecting your kids from boobs. That's what you're doing. You're protecting your kids from tits.
I do not have a problem with a woman if I'm walking up the dog and I'm walking the dog. I don't have a problem. If
I'm sorry now. I don't. If you don't want to answer the question, I appreciate that. Your kids, male, female.
Male and female.
Male and female, right? And under 10, over 10.
The 8 and 10.
8 and 10. So they're coming into that puberty stage, yeah?
It doesn't matter. What are you going to say? What?
I'm just saying, like, your kids are going to start going through these changes soon enough, and they're going to start, they're going to start noticing these things. You can't protect them.
I get but the fact of the matter is, they shouldn't be seeing women's tits on the beach. That's all I'm saying. And it's not an ask. It's not too much to ask. It's not.
What about men on the beach walking around topless? Should they be seeing that?
It's different. Don't be going there. It's different.
Well, hang on, Maureen, just very quickly, because we'll get to news in a minute, but I'm going to bring both Maureen and Billy back after the break anyway. But Maureen, what's the difference? When you see a bloke on the beach who might have, little man boobs, and some men have bigger boobs than others, right? They look identical sometimes to women's boobs. So what's the difference?
There is a difference.
I'm not asking you, Sean.
Of course there's a difference.
What? The shape of the nipple?
You see, we're not seeing men, Niall, walking around on the beach without their swimming trunks on, are we?
No, forget about their swimming trunks. Women don't walk around, with their bits hanging out. No, I'm asking you. Hang on, Maureen. We're talking about the top half of the body here, so let's stick to that for the moment, right? So the top half of the body, the only difference in a man's boobs and a women's boobs is women's boobs tend to be larger. Tend to be. So what's the big deal?
Well, the big deal for me is I just don't want to see women flashing their breasts in public, the same as I wouldn't want to see a man flashing his bits and pieces in public either.
Real people, real opinions, Real Talk Radio, the multi-award winning Niall Boylan Show.